Good morning students. In our previous lecture in the structure of atom, we have learnt about what actually the orbits and what actually the orbitals are. Now to learn it in the more easy way, we will learn a differentiation table about the orbits and orbitals. So I am showing you about the difference between orbits and orbitals. So we have our first topic, that is what actually the orbits are, and our second differentiable term, that what are orbitals. So our first point of differentiation is orbits are actually the shells or outermost path of an electron in which electron is going to revolve. If I talk about the atom, we have nucleus in the center. This positive sphere is basically nucleus, and we have different shells in the atom. So the center part is positively concentrated, which is known as nucleus, and these are the orbits in which actually the electron revolves. So these path, circular path in which electron revolve, is known as orbits. So what are orbits? Orbits are actually the circular path in which an electron revolves. So orbits are the circular path in which an electron revolves. So here it is the basic term, or we may say basic definition regarding to orbits. Now we will discuss what actually the orbitals are. Orbitals are the area, or we may say orbital is a region in the atom where the probability of finding the electron is maximum. So what is orbital? Orbital is a three-dimensional region. Orbital is actually the three-dimensional region in which probability of finding the electron is maximum. Probability of finding electron is maximum. So here it is the first term that is defining the orbit and orbital in their differentiable form. Now what will be the second point to distinguish between orbit and orbital? Orbit only show the figure or the structure in two-dimensional forms. So it is in two-dimensional space, and the two-dimensional space will be x-axis and y-axis. But the orbital will show the maximum availability of the electron in the three-dimensional space, and this will show three-dimensional plane, that is x, y and z axis. It means the motion will be seen along x-axis, y-axis, and in the three-dimensional space we have the z-axis, where the finding of capability of the electron will be the maximum. Now we have the third point to differentiate between orbit and orbital. What actually it is? The maximum number of electrons in the orbit will be 2n square. So maximum number of electrons in an orbit equal to 2n square. But if I talk about the orbital, the maximum number of electrons in the orbital will be only 2. So here the third point is maximum number of electrons is equal to 2. So here it is a third point of differentiation between orbit and orbital. Now, if I talk about the fourth term, in case of orbit, the position and momentum of electron can be identified, and it is against the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So, if I talk about the fourth term, we have the fourth differentiation term, that position and momentum of an electron can be identified. Position and momentum can be known. But in case of orbital, the position and momentum cannot be identified. Position of and momentum of electron can be known in case of orbits, but if I talk about the orbitals, we cannot identify the position and momentum of the electron with certainty. So, orbit is against the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, and this is in favor of uncertainty principle. So, our fifth point is, it do not follow Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So, orbit is not going to follow, in case of orbit, Heisenberg's uncertainty principle will not be followed. But if I talk about the orbital will going to follow the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Or I am writing here, for orbital, it follow Heisenberg's principle. So, these are the basic 5 differentiation points among the orbit and orbitals, which is important from exam point of view and easy to understand that what actually the orbit and orbitals are. So, this topic is over for today. We will discuss our next topic in our next lecture. Thank you so much and have a nice day.